Welcome to 12.5 minutes. My name is Jared Kelly, and I am with my favorite friend and co-host, Liz Whitehead.
Hi, Jared.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. How have you been?
Um, Pretty good, actually. It's been a good summer. It's been I would say, a very easygoing a week. Had some fun things planned just to try to relax my mind, get all the business and work out of my way so I can enjoy the last few days.
That's
Yeah.
so nice. Yeah. I have a baseball game today.
Really?
Hmm?
Are you playing?
No. But I probably do as well as the Nats.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I have something special for you today. When you think about fuel, going to a station, have you ever thought, where does this fuel come from?
Not really.
Right. You just expect it to be there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I am very fortunate to have the opportunity to introduce our audience to Bernita McCann. And she is not only a phenomenal person, a great individual, great humanitarian, but she's also somebody that you know just as well as I do, who has not only invested in the industry, the petroleum industry, but also has deep roots in terms of her knowledge and experience in the industry. And she has the ability to provide and deliver fuel in various parts of our nation's cities and infrastructure and with corporations. And it is amazing because she's one of the few women and few Black women who can walk in a room, command that room, and let people know exactly what the hell's going on. And so we welcome Bernita to the show.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you guys so very much. I love the layout, 12.5 minutes of great conversation.
Yep.
So happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's jump in and get to the point. Like, you are doing something in a very established, well-established industry, but it's very unique to you, and you represent not only something that I would say is unique, but more so innovative, which is representing who you are in a space where people don't normally have to do contracts with the power of an individual like yourself. So tell us how you got this thing started and why it's important to you.
You know, I tell people fuel found me, I did not find it. However, I was very fascinated at the whole idea of, this is a industry that has been going for, centuries. And when you look at that commodity, 85% of our energy use is done by fossil fuels. And so here we are. I'm in Middletown, Ohio, where I had the opportunity to learn of how corporate America was looking to do business with women-owned company. When I kind of studied the industry, I saw that there were probably few to no Black women in the United States that was doing fuel back in 2009. And so fast forward that, I positioned myself to be mentored by another major MBE company of the industry as a wholesale distributor. And I learned everything. I learned everything from pricing, from certification, from insurance, from bids to bonding, all that good stuff. And the beauty of it is that I actually learned from the people in the industry who has been legacy companies for over 100 and some years, who's now on their third and fourth generation of family-owned businesses that was non-Black. So when I saw this, I said, wow, this is such a phenomenon. And why does the boys get to have all the fun, So I wanted to just immerse myself into this industry, become that face that gives hope to other women that yes, we can too dominate in a male-dominated industry like fuel.
That's amazing. And so impressive to want to be that, to want to go out and do that and see that opportunity. And tell us a little bit about where it's gone from there. So since the mentorship in 2009, how has the company grown?
Wow, thank you so much, Liz, for that. You know, I say it's called hard work and grit at the end of the day. You know, we're not doing anything unique than being the best that we can be every single day. And that is offering them not only a product that they need to operate their facilities, their buildings, their vehicles, but also being there when they need you. This is a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year type of business. You know, being able to show up when someone needs you, that establishes a name for yourself. When I got my first contract in 2015, after establishing the company in 2013, I started off as a second tier supplier. And that was kind of where I, you know, got a chance to really, you know, put a marking on, you know, what it was that I wanted to become in this industry. And I felt the biggest loophole was customer service and being able to show up for people when they need you and when they don't need you. And so, and becoming that expert of knowledge to educate them about the supply chain. How do we get our fuel? You know, how can they save money in the process? A lot of times people are under the assumption that because you are a non-minority or you're not a major oil company, what value do you bring, right? So being able to constantly refine the value that we bring with cost savings, with some of the tools and softwares that we have put into place to allow our customer on demand orders, and also being able to bill accurately, right? That is one of the number one pain points that I hear in the industry. Well, you know, they got us the fuel there, but when it came time to do invoicing, they didn't know what they were doing, or we're doing, you know, a horrible job in that. We are a certified ISO quality management company, as well as environmental and safety. And so within our processes and procedures, internally and externally, we're constantly grading what it is that we do, reevaluating our processes, creating SOPs, grading our carriers that we use in the marketplace, and being very flexible to be able to accommodate our customers within our service. And I say from that and really establishing your name and not losing, I still have my very first contract that I got back in 2015. So when you can establish a name for yourself or what it is that you do, that is the very first start of growth in the process. And so today I am a first tier supplier to major corporations such as Amazon and DHL and UPS. Those are some of the customers that we service today.
I love to hear that. I think a lot of suppliers need to hear that too, that starting with second tier isn't bad. You can move up to first tier as long as you prove yourself. It's a real opportunity for people to prove themselves like you did. That's great.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I always tell people it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? So being able to understand that green is green, and that is a shot that you have to be able to earn your keep. And that's what I did with that second tier opportunity. And even still today, I still look at second, even third tier opportunities if it's available.
I like that. You know what? You mentioned a couple things that I thought I want to follow up on. One, when you said green is green, it made me also think about, you know, like ESG, environmental, social governance, and in this fuel industry that's being challenged, right, to think differently, and you got different type of vehicles on the road. NextGen Fuel, I know, is innovative. So tell us about your thought process in that stream and how it impacts communities.
Well, you know, the beauty of, you know, you hear a lot of customers that are going down the route of looking at electrical vehicles. You know, some are very first to market when you look at that type of fuel to be able to to go from A to B within vehicles, within the forklifts, even within generators now. They're looking at ways of how they could make it electrify those different types of equipment. What we have done within Next Generation Fuel is that we looked at how, where do we want to play in the market? And what I chose to do within my market was, first off, we have a MasterCard fleet card, which is also a green card. So for over-the-road vehicles that may not have charging stations at their facilities, you're able to still get that goal by utilizing our fleet card and charging up your vehicles at the retail stations. The other thing that we looked at was around biofuels, renewable diesel, which is something that does not have to have any type of conversion to your diesel vehicles today, which will help you to reduce your carbon emissions and help you reach your goal as far as ESG. We are supplying that to our customers as of today. Mostly in the automotive space is where we're supplying that, where they are using it from a testing standpoint. The other place that we are looking at that has not really caught up to market, and even with the renewable diesel, that is not readily available throughout the different refineries in the United States today. You have a enormous amount of supply on the East Coast, and you have enormous amount of supply on the West Coast. Haven't really quite developed innocent to its greatest potential within the Midwest so that it is cost effective. So when you look at ESG, my number one question is, what is most important? Is it being competitive within pricing, or is it you meeting your environmental goals? So that is one thing that we're still trying to catch up in market. And the last thing that we are looking at is around hydrogen fuel. I'm working with a manufacturer here in Dayton, Ohio, that they actually make the green hydrogen units so that you become self-sufficient at your facility. And it's not something that has to be trucked into your location and then dispersed into the equipment that you choose to have hydrogen. And that market has not quite reached a level where people are investing in the conversions that needs to happen within vehicles and buying those new vehicles that are either hybrid or 100% hydrogen, or having the equipment on site in order to invest into being self-sufficient by creating their own hydrogen fuel. So that's what we're doing today.
That's super exciting. It's super exciting to hear a fuel company talk about this is the way, because I think for somebody like me, like I said, I never really thought about it. It's like, oh, I need the people who know about fuel to tell me where the next thing is. What is the thing I should be doing? So that's exciting.
Right. And it definitely affects how we make, as consumers, how we make decisions about purchasing vehicles. I know, the whole idea of, getting a brand new vehicle that is hybrid or electric, like power is everything at this point. So it's constantly a decision there. But then also just the we're in a highly charged political environment where regulation is making a difference. And then also we're looking at different types of transportation, right? I mean, everything from vehicles and trucks, as you mentioned, that are made differently, right? So they're powered differently, which means that NextGen Fuel stays on top of all the latest and greatest innovations and technologies on the vehicles and the equipment side, so that you can always provide that power. So
provide that power, absolutely. And the thing is that our infrastructure is still being developed. Even when you look at electrical vehicles, when you look at the replacement of a battery, that's almost $20,000 to $30,000 investment. And so the regular consumer, I believe, has not really spoke as to what it is that they want. There's a lot of mixed feelings that are still in the workplace as far as electric vehicles versus our regular combustion engine vehicles today. And I think that we are moving in the direction that we need to, because again, as much as I want people to buy fuel, I also want to live in a world that have a healthy balance. And being able to find that healthy balance as we continue to grow is ideal.
Well, this is fantastic. You and I have probably had hours and hours of conversation, so we're not going to be able to do that today, but at least not on this particular show. But I definitely say thank you for sharing this and being not only a leader in the space, but also standing up and standing out when it comes to representing all the facets of who you are. Not only your location, Ohio. I mean, you're national. You're giving people love and energy, true energy and real energy. Everywhere you go, and we just thank you and applaud you for your success that you've been having, and wish you nothing but more and more and more success. So hopefully we can find even bigger and better contracts for you.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I hope you invite me to come back again.
Oh yeah, of course.
You got it. It's a deal.
All right. Thank you.
Right,
Take care, guys. Okay.
So one of the things that I would ask you, Liz, what did you learn? This is your time.
Well, so, I mean, you asked me in the beginning, like, what do you know about fuel? What do you think about it? And what I realized was that companies really need a partner like Bernita, who is going to be at the cutting edge of her industry. Both with, okay, we can electrify these things, we can bring in, hydrogen fuel, which I know is very cutting edge technology. And what the infrastructure might not be there, push and advocate for that infrastructure so that you can experience your company can experience the cost savings, and your company can experience the ESG benefits that her company is bringing you. So it's really beyond just, it is really NextGen Fuel.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us for this particular episode. It's been a pleasure. My name is Jared Kelly, and I'm with Liz Whitehead. As always, thank you for watching, and please comment below and get connected with us. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.